How to Train Your Dragon 3 is going to be coming out. I'm so excited. One thing you guys probably didn't know about the voice of Altiori is that if there's anything I love more than dinosaurs, it's dragons. When I heard that the third and final film of How to Train Your Dragon is coming out 2019 March 1, I was over the moon about it, and I still am. So the premise of this is that Toothless, being known as the last one of his kind, finds out that he in fact isn't.
She's a light fury.
So the female version of the Night Fury is the Light Fury. I'm not sure if she's an entirely different species. It's just able to breed with Toothless, as we know that different species that share the same family, such as lions and tigers, can breed, but their offspring are usually sterile. But it looks as though it's different with dragons. Otherwise, wouldn't she just be called a female Night Fury? So, as I said before, they find out that there's a hidden world that many dragons have found and they hide there. And it looks as though in a part of the trailer, the Light Fury, or the female Night Fury, is able to teleport to this area, disappear completely. And that's like the only way you can get to this hidden world, hence the word hidden. It's quite interesting because I was speaking with my cousin yesterday, and he said that this movie basically is going to end out the story and explaining to everyone why we no longer see Vikings nor dragons and why they are now a myth. I thought that this was a very great way to take the movie, and I love the way that the directors and the creators of the movie make it realistic enough to be relatable to those who are older, who are not really 3-year-old to 6-year-old or 8-year-olds. Those of us who are in our teens or young adult age can understand the themes that are shown throughout the movie, such as Hiccup growing and gaining a relationship with Astrid. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it seems as though everything with Hiccup and Toothless is being paralleled. So Toothless is hurt, and then Hiccup becomes hurt and disabled in much the same way Hiccup does, to the point where they have to depend on one another to even fly or achieve their goals. And then Toothless is basically the last of his kind, and Hiccup is the last of his line. And then we have this situation where Hiccup has to breed with this female to basically carry the responsibility of repopulating his line. Hiccup has to do the same with Astrid to repopulate his line, because as we know, if you guys haven't seen the previous movie, which I don't know why you'd be watching this if you didn't, because you're missing out. But spoiler alert, Hiccup's father died in the previous movie, so there's no more of Hiccup's line, that he doesn't have any brothers or sisters as far as we know. So basically it's up to him to carry on the baton for his father. I'm pretty sure the movie is going to feature a problem that causes the dragons to want to hide away, such as them possibly being hunted to extinction, because those Vikings that are Hiccup's family cannot be the only ones that were trying to destroy the dragons. I mean, they were trying to defend their world, but there have to be other humans out there that were hunting the dragons for other reasons.
I've hunted every Night Fury, except yours.
Why this guy wants to hunt down every Night Fury is beyond me. I'm not really sure why he's hunting them. Is he hunting them for sport? Is there another driving reason why he hates them? Is he trying to own them and use them for war? If he's a warlord, because we see that he has a whole fleet of ships, it must be that he can use them as a weapon of such. And that would be the most sensible thing to do instead of killing them outright. But of course, with the growing danger, the dragons are going to be hunted to extinction. Because I'm pretty sure that those that won't follow this guy are probably going to be killed. What I'm most excited to see is how Hiccup will create a new suit or a little appendage for Toothless, because as far as I know, Toothless is unable to fly without Hiccup. The way that his little tail flap is designed is that Hiccup has to be riding him to activate her to help Toothless fly. And if Toothless is going to repopulate the Night Furies with this dragon and go off to live with her, which we know is going to happen, he has to be able to fly on his own. You can clearly see here that he's falling out of the sky and Hiccup is not on his back. Of course, later, Hiccup forms a relationship with the female, which we saw coming from a mile away. You know what this movie feels like? Have you ever watched Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron? It seems to parallel that movie exactly, but instead of horses, it's with dragons. Now, because of the danger and because of them rebelling against this guy, the Vikings probably are going to have to disappear as well. But it is possible that where the dragons are going and where the Vikings are going, even though it's in the same dimension, they may not necessarily be together. For Toothless to learn to survive on his own and to be responsible for populating his species, he will have to leave Hiccup. They will still be friends, but he has to live wild so he can teach his dragon children and descendants how to survive. Also, Toothless being a pet, he's not able to fly as far as he normally would in the wild to populate the world or wherever it is they're going to be going. So we already know that the theme is probably going to end or conclude with Toothless and Hiccup saying their goodbyes and Toothless running off or flying off into the sunset with this dragon. Now, the other possibility is that maybe she has a special power, or the hidden world has a special power that will sort of regenerate Toothless's tail so he's able to fly without a contraption. That is a possibility as well. I'm really psyched to see this movie, and even though it seems kind of cliche, you can kind of see where things are going. It's going to be very adventurous, and it's going to be a great way to finalize the film. I'm actually happy that they're ending it, and it's not going to go on with like a 6th and a 7th and an 8th, because oftentimes I believe franchises have to know when to end their movies, because you can actually spoil the entire franchise if it goes on way too long. Them ending it gracefully also opens up the possibilities for there to be other movies similar to this one. So, who's excited to see How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and we'll be bringing you more content on this as well, as we love dragons. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. This has been Altiori. You ask, we answer.